Right, welcome back to another game of On Base Baseball. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of On Base. And in this game, we're going to be replaying a game from 1980, this date, August 27th in 1980. So what is that? 44 years ago. So a little bit of an ancient replay at this point. And it is going to be San Francisco at Montreal, and it will be Ed Whitson on the mound for San Francisco against Scott Sanderson for Montreal. So sort of a one of them is a Sanderson, a number 2 pitcher behind Steve Rogers, and Whitson, a number 3 pitcher, number 3 starter between Vida Blue and Bob Nepper. So kind of a middle of the road game here. There's some backups in here and some guys that weren't normally necessarily playing at the in the most played lineups. So kind of interesting. What I've done here is I'm playing off of the cards. So I'm in the process of turning these into an actual printed set that you can purchase online, and they'll be pre-printed, pre-cut, and come in a tuck box for you to be able to play. This is the 1980 season. You can see I have the pitchers on one side. This is just a prototype, and the hitters on the other side. And what I've gone through is just gone through and transferred everything over to the score sheets here. And we got both pitchers coming off of this one single card here, and then we also, it's a National League game, so we have a pitcher batting card that we'll be using for pitchers. So let's get this one started. Billy North, Larry Herndon, and Terry Whitfield to start it off for San Francisco against Scott Sanderson. Right off the bat, we have an 11. 11 is going to be a strikeout as Billy North strikes out swinging, and that's out number 1. Brings up Larry Herndon, a -6 batting runs, 24 to a -6. So we're off of this card here. I'm sorry, we're off of this card. Should do it like this. Card order sort of goes this way and then across. -6 is here. A 24 is going to be a double play or strikeouts. Back-to-back Ks for Scott Sanderson as he strikes out the first 2 batters. Terry Whitfield to the plate. He's 4 batting runs. So a 13 is going to be a ground out, and that goes to the second baseman. No problem at second base as they get the out at first. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Montreal against San Francisco in the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first. It will be Ron LaFleur, Rodney Scott, and Roland Office for Montreal. A 12 is going to be a ground out. That goes to second base. The play is made at second by Rennie Stennett, and that's going to be out number 1. Rodney Scott to the plate, a -20 batting runs. So he's here. 35 is going to be a strikeout as he gets caught looking, and that'll be out number 2. Roland Office steps to the plate. He's a 4 batting runs. A 34 to a 4 is going to be a long single. With a speed of 4, that's just going to be a base hit for Office. So he's at first base with a single to right field, and the Hawk, Andre Dawson, to the plate. 45, he is a 26 batting runs. That's going to be a long single for him as well as he hits one down the line in right field. He's actually going to turn that into a double because he has a speed of 7. So 6 or greater on a long single, you turn that into a double as he dumps one down the line and takes an extra base. With 2 outs, a double is going to score a run as he is off on the pitch, and that's going to be an RBI double. With 2 outs, I give all the base runners an extra base. Brings up Carter to the plate. Montreal up 1-0 on the Andre Dawson 2-out double. 14 to a 17 is going to be another base hit. This one into right center field, and that's also going to be an RBI as Dawson scores from second. And and Montreal capitalizing here in the first. It's Warren Cromartie. He's a +8, so he's here. A 23 is a ground out with an error check. That's a ground out to third. There's no error on the play, so we'll go 5-3 on the put out, and that'll be out number 3. So Montreal gets 2 runs in the bottom of the first, and they take a 2-0 lead over San Francisco. For San Francisco, it'll be Evans, Darrell Evans, Milt May, and Mike Ivy in the top of the second. A 13 to an 18 batting runs is going to be a ground out. That's a little tapper out in front of the plate. So I'm used to doing the hit by at bat, not by inning, but I'll do it here. So that's going to be a little tapper in front of the plate, and Darrell Evans, really their only offensive threat, and he is out for out number 1. Brings up Milt May. This is going to be another strikeout for Scott Sanderson. That's now 3 in the game as he gets Milt May swinging through a fastball, and Mike Ivy stands in, 2 down, and yet another strikeout. So that 11 is a strikeout here off of the pitcher card, so that's why we take that. Another 1-2-3 inning for Scott Sanderson as he sets down San Francisco in the top of the second in order. Bottom of the second, it would be Larry Parrish, Chris Spire, and Scott Sanderson to the plate. 15 to a 2 batting runs is going to be a base hit as that one gets past the first baseman into right field. And Larry Parrish is at first. No threat to steal, but it does bring up Chris Spire. A 15 to Spire is going to be a ground out to first base. So we're going to get the out at second base on the fielder's choice. And let's roll against Chris Spire's speed, which is a 3. If it's a 4 or greater, he'll be out at first. If it's 1 to 3, he's safe. It's a 6. And that's going to be a 3-6-3 double play. Brings up the pitcher to the plate, Scott Sanderson. We'll use the pitcher hitting card here. 15 is going to be a ground out. And again, to the first baseman. This time he takes it to the bag himself. And that'll be the third out as Ivy puts away Scott Sanderson, the pitcher. We head to the top of the third inning. 2-0 Montreal is our score. Bottom of the order up for San Francisco, Rennie Stennett, Joe Patini, and the pitcher Ed Whitson. 15 to a -18 is a ground out. That is to first base as the first baseman will toss to the pitcher covering, and that is out number 1. Joe Patini to the plate. A 12 is going to be a ground out. This one hit hard, but right to the shortstop. And that'll be out number 2. Brings up Ed Whitson. Whitson, a pitcher. That'll be a ground out. This one's tapped right back to the pitcher. No problem for Sanderson as he picks it up and throws it to first. And at this point, Sanderson no hits through 3 innings as San Francisco has gone down 1-2-3 in the first, second, and third innings. It's 2-0 Montreal as we go to the bottom of the third. This one moving right along back to the top of the order for Montreal. It'll be LaFleur, Scott, and Office. LaFleur a 0, so he's off of here. 34 is going to be, there's nothing here, and so a 34 is going to be a base hit. That's into right center field, and that'll be the first hit of the day for LaFleur. LaFleur is a 9, so we're going to go ahead and steal second base with him. There's nothing you can do. And he's at second base. If he wanted to steal third, he would be a 1-8 to steal third. Let's see what Rodney Scott does. Scott a -20. 24 is going to be a double play or a strikeout. So we avoided the double play by taking the base. And this will be a strikeout swinging. That'll be out number 1. Let's go ahead and try to steal third. 1-8. He'll be safe. A 9, he'll be out. It's a 5, and he'll be safe at third base. Don't know how many bases he actually stole, but he'll be at third with 1 out, and rolling off as a chance to drive in a run for Montreal. He's a 4 batting runs. A 14 is going to be a hit by pitch or a walk. It is a 2, so that's going to be a walk. What that does, though, is set up the double play and an opportunity to get themselves out of the inning. It'll be the Hawk, Andre Dawson. 15 to him is going to be a ground out. This goes to first base, and it's an opportunity here for 2. Let's see if they can turn it. They're going to get 1 out at second base, and let's roll against the Hawks' speed. A 1 to 7, he'll be safe at first. Oh, 8 or 9, he'll be out. It's a 2, and he beats it out at first. So that's going to be a 3-6 fielder's choice. That will be an RBI as the run comes home to score from third base, as they can't clip Andre Dawson on the ground out. His speed earns him an RBI. There's 2 outs now, and the score is 3-0 Montreal on the RBI ground out. It's Gary Carter to the plate. 46 to a 17 batting runs will be a line out or pop out. This is an 8, so it's going to be a pop up, and that is a pop up to short. So we're going to say P6, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. Montreal does get 1 on the RBI ground out from Andre Dawson. They take a 3-0 lead as we go to the top of the 4th. Back to the top of the order for San Francisco to be Bill North, Larry Herndon, and Terry Whitfield. Bill North struck out in his first at-bat. He gets wood on it here. A 25 is going to be a fly out with an error check. So this is out to left center field. And that'll be an error on the left fielder. Who is that? That's Ron LaFleur, who makes the E7 in left. Gets to the ball but can't squeeze it. And on at first, it's going to be Bill North. Let's go and try to steal second with him. A little bit better than it's like a 67% chance. 1 to 6, he'll be safe. 10 doesn't count. And he's in there safely with the stolen base. So runner at second base for Larry Herndon. We at least avoid the double play here. A -6. 23 on a -6 is going to be a walk. Although that sets up the double play. So brings up Terry Whitfield. Whitfield grounded out to first grounded out to second base in his first at bat. He's going to be a 4 batting runs. A 14 to a 4 batting runs is going to be another walk. So Sanderson pitching really well up until this inning. But now he's got a little traffic on the bases. Nobody out, bases loaded, and Darrell Evans to the plate. 15 to an 18 batting runs is going to be a ground out. This is a little tapper to catcher. We're going to try and turn 2 here as it goes, and he makes the throw to second for 1 out. And let's see if he beats Darrell Evans to first. A 1 to 4, Evans will beat it out. Otherwise, he'll be out for a 2-6-3 double play. He does beat it out, and we're going to go 2-6 on the fielder's choice. That'll be an RBI as San Francisco gets on the board. It'll be Billy North coming home to score. So fielder's choice. He was going to come in for the run anyway. Weren't playing the infield in, otherwise I'd have gone home to first. But playing back, they allow the run to score. Don't get the double play, and now they have first and third with 1 out, and Milt May coming to the plate. May struck out in his first at bat. He's going to get wood on this one as he hits it out to. He's a -5, so we're going to call him here. A 25 to a -5 is going to be a fly out with an error check. So this is down the right field line. No error on the play. And that'll be out number 2. Let's see, speed of Larry Herndon is a 6. Let's go and try to score with him. 1 to 6, he'll be safe at home on the fly out to right field. It's a 2. And they take the chance and they score the run. So on the sac fly, he'll come home to score. This becomes a sacrifice fly to 9. And it's now 3-2. Big inning here for San Francisco. Mike Ivy to the plate. He's a -7. 24 is going to be a strikeout as he gets caught looking. That's the second strikeout of the day for Ivy. But San Francisco puts 2 on the board in the 4th off of Scott Sanderson. And they now trail by 1, 3-2 against Montreal. Montreal send up Cromartie, Parrish, and Spire in the bottom of the 4th. He's an 8 batting runs, so he's off this card here. A 46 is going to be a strikeout. Where are we? We're in the 4th. Sorry, I got caught doing the wrong thing over here. And it'll be Larry Parrish to the plate. Parrish, a 2 batting runs. So a 15 to him is going to be a base hit. That's past the first baseman into right field. And Parrish is on for the second time. Brings up Chris Spire to the plate. Spire's going to strike out. As that comes off of the pitcher card, you can see 11 there. 11, 33, and 36 come off the pitcher card. That'll bring up Scott Sanderson, the pitcher. A 36 is going to be a walk. That's where it comes back to bite you a little bit. And that'll put runners at first and second with 2 outs. And we turn it back over to the top of the order. Ron LaFleur, he's 1 for 2, but he's going to strike out here, as this is another 11 coming off of the pitcher card, and that is a strikeout. So first strikeout of the day for LaFleur. 2, 3, 4, 5th strikeout of the day for Ed Whitson. And Montreal strands 2 in the bottom of the 4th. We head to the 5th inning. It is 3-2 Montreal over San Francisco. This game was played on August 27, 1980. All right, up to the plate will be Rennie Stennett, Joe Patini, and the pitcher Ed Whitson. 35 to a -18 is going to be a double play or a strikeout, so that'll be a K. Another strikeout for Scott Sanderson. We had a rough inning his last inning, but went 1, 2, 3 in the first 3. This is going to be a deep fly ball to left center field. Going back on his horse is the left fielder LaFleur, and he'll make a nice running catch near the warning track in left. 2 down, and the pitcher to the plate. He grounded to the pitcher his last at bat. A 24 is going to be a strikeout. So Scott Sanderson with bookend strikeouts in the 5th inning, and he sets down San Francisco in order. It's still 3-2 our score, Montreal over San Francisco, as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Whitson will face off against Scott Office and Andre Dawson. 25 to a -20 is going to be a fly out, but there is an error check, so that's a fly out to straightaway left field. No error on the play. And can of corn out there in left for Terry Whitfield. Brings up Roland Office. He's a 4 batting runs. He's in this card here. A 13 is going to be a ground out, as that one goes a little worm burner to second base. No problem at second for Rennie Stennett, who makes the throw to first for out number 2. And that brings up the Hawk, Andre Dawson, with a 45. 45 is going to be another base hit. He's now 2 for 3 as he wraps one into left field. That's actually a long single that's going to turn to a double. So that's a couple of those for him today. And he's in scoring position with 2 outs, and Gary Carter to the plate. A 14, that's going to be another base hit. This is into left center field. And another RBI single for Gary Carter as he brings home Andre Dawson. And that makes the score now 4-2. Warren Cromartie struck out in his last at bat. A 45 to an 8 batting runs is a single with an error check. This one is a line drive base hit right up the middle. And let's see if there's an error on the play. The center fielder, there's not. So with 2 outs, he's going to go to third base. And that will be runners at first and third with 2 down. Ed Whitson trying to get out of this one. A 23 to a 2 batting runs is going to be a fly ball. That goes out to right center field. On his horse is the center fielder Bill North, and he will make the catch for out number 3. So that sets down Montreal, but they do get 1 on the Gary Carter RBI single. Carter now 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. We head to the top of the 6th. Sanderson he can go 27. He's only at 18 batters right now. So he's going to face off against the top of the order in the 6th inning. It'll be Bill North, Larry Herndon, and Terry Whitfield. A 34 to a 1 is going to be a long single. because his speed is a 6, he's going to turn that into a hustle double. So Bill North finds himself in scoring position with nobody out. -6, a 14 to a -6 is going to be a walk. Not the worst thing in the world as we set up the double play now. Terry Whitfield to the plate. He's 0 for 1. A 46 to a 4 batting runs is going to be a double play or a strikeout. So this is hit hard to third base. They go 5 to 4 to 3 for the double play. That's going to force the runner to third base, but we're out here on the fielder's choice. And that's a couple of quick outs. Runner at third base, though, for Darrell Evans. Let's see if Evans can pick him up. He's the he had an RBI ground out in his last at bat. 26 to an 8 batting runs is a single. That's a base hit to right field. Let's see if there's an error. No error on the play, but that will score the run from third as Evans collects his second RBI of the game, and that brings home Bill North. So runner at first is Darrell Evans. Milt May to the plate. He had a sac fly in his last at bat along with a strikeout. He's a -5, so a 35 is going to be a ground out. That's a little too hopper to second base. No problem at second for Rodney Scott, who will give it over to first. San Francisco does score 1. It's now 2-3, 4-3 as they keep pace with the Montreal Expos. Let's see, where are we pitching wise? 26. So he's right at his stamina. Let's go ahead and send him out for one more inning. Ed Whitson. He's given up 4 runs, but they've been kind of piecemeal here and there. As long as he's not facing Andre Dawson or Gary Carter, it seems like he's going to do okay. But he is going to walk the first batter here. So we'll see how long we can stick with him. Scott Sanderson to the plate. He's going to bunt. 1 or 2, he'll be unsuccessful with a strikeout. Otherwise, it will be a successful bunt. It's a 2, and he strikes out. So he is not able to move the runner along. And the unsuccessful sacrifice. Pretty tough there. This is going to be a fly ball from Ron LaFleur. He hits it, cranks it out to right center field. Making the play out in right field is Larry Herndon up against the wall. He'll make the catch. Tagging up and moving to second base is going to be Chris Spire, who puts himself in scoring position. And that brings up Rodney Scott. Scott a -20 batting runs. 24 is going to be a strikeout. As he goes down swinging. And that kills the rally as Montreal doesn't score in the bottom of the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th inning. It is 4-3. Montreal over San Francisco. Ed Whitson can go, or I'm sorry, Sanderson can go 27, which is right here. So let's send him out there for the 7th. He's got the lead, and let's see if he can protect it. He'll face off against Mike Ivey, Rennie Stennett, and Joe Patini. A 35 to Mike Ivey, who is a -7 batting runs. 35 is going to be a strikeout. It's been a good strikeout game for Scott Sanderson. Part of that is because of the batters. Rennie Stennett to the plate, one of those strikeout victims. A 33, that's going to make him another strikeout victim as we go back-to-back Ks. In the 7th, Sanderson getting stronger. Brings up Joe Patini. He's a -8 batting runs, so it's here. 45 is going to be a long single to right field. He has a speed of 5, so he takes a big turn, but then he winds up staying there. We're going to get a pinch hitter for San Francisco, so let's bring in another hitter for the pitcher. All right, new hitter is going to be Willie McCovey. Not sure if McCovey was available at this point, but going to put him into the game nonetheless, and he'll replace Mike Ivey at first. We'll do a double switch. And Ivey becomes the pitcher spot. So Ed Whitson out of the game. And Willie McCovey, he is a -5 batting runs. He is going to ground out. A little tapper in front of the plate. And that will be no problem at first. as they get the slow-footed McCovey for out number 3. So runner stranded at first base for San Francisco. And let's get a new pitcher in for the Giants. All right, the new pitcher for the Giants is going to be Tom Griffin. He can go 11 batters. A 3.84 is his FIP, so we need to exchange out. I add this card here. You can't see it very well, but this card here is the one I'll be using. And you know what? We could probably just replace this one because I don't know if there's any more pitchers that are going to be hitting in this one. So right now, Scott Sanderson is still... actually, I don't think we need that one anymore. So we'll just replace that because Sanderson, if he comes out for another inning, will be using this one. And not going to do the totals, but he does replace Ed Whitson, who's given up 4 runs, all of them earned at this point. And coming into the 7th inning is Tom Griffin. He can go 11 batters. He is a right-handed pitcher, and he'll be facing off against Roland Office, Andre Dawson, and Gary Carter. Office gets a hold of this one, and he hits it, well, he hits it out to dead center field. Going back on his horse is the center fielder, Bill North, and he'll make the catch just short of the warning track. And that's out number 1. The Hawk, Andre Dawson, is at the plate. He's 2 for 3. He's got a couple of RBIs, a couple runs scored, 2 doubles in the game. And this is a 66. That's going to be a 3rd double, as this one is straight off his card. And the Hawk with a 2-bagger that goes out to right center field. And that'll bring up Gary Carter. Carter has been successful at this point. He's going to be again as he hits another double. This one over the head of the left fielder as it bangs off the wall. And he's going to trade places with Dawson at second base. That's an RBI double for Gary Carter. It's now 5-3 Montreal, as Carter is now 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Good game by the middle of the order batters for Montreal. A 15, that's going to be a base hit up the middle as it bounces through. And going to third base is Carter. He's only got 4 speed, so we're going to leave him there. So runners at the corners with 1 out. Larry Parrish to the plate, a 46. Could be the double play that they're looking for, as he is a 2 batting runs. A 46 is a double play or a strikeout. So this is going to go to second base. We're going to go 4-6-3 on the automatic double play. And that gets San Francisco out of the inning. They did give up 1 to the Expos. And Les Expos are up 5-3 as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Scott Sanderson with the lead. We're going to go ahead and send him out there. He's actually at, his stamina is 27. He's at 27. He's heading out there at 28. Yeah, so we'll need to bump him down to this card here. So what you do whenever a pitcher goes out past his stamina, which he's at the 28th batter now, is you drop him down a column, or in this case, you drop him down a card. So from his original, which is 0 to 350 in his FIP, now he goes to the next lowest card, 350 to 425. So he'll be off this card now, as will Tom Griffin, because Griffin's FIP anyway is a 384. So they're both on the same card. And then if Sanderson would go out the next inning, you would drop him down to the next card. So that's sort of how progressively the pitcher gets worse stamina-wise. 35 to a 1 batting run. So Bill North is in the game. 35 is going to be a ground out that goes to short. No problem at shortstop for Chris Spire, as he makes a good throw at first and gets the speedy Bill North. Brings up Larry Herndon. Herndon walked in his last 2 at-bats. He's 0 for 1 officially. 15 to a -6 is going to be a ground out, and that goes to the second baseman. So a couple of ground outs here in the top of the 8th inning for Sanderson. And that will bring up Terry Whitfield. Whitfield a +4. 56 on a +4 is going to be one more strikeout for Sanderson as he keeps racking them up. In this game, he's up 5-3 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. We will leave Tom Griffin in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hitters. He can go 11 before we have to move him. He'll be facing off against Chris Spire, the pitcher spot, and Ron LaFleur. I think I'm going to let the pitcher go for the complete game and see if he can get a win. 26 to Chris Spire. Spire is a -6. So that's going to be a ground out with an error check. So a ground out to first. We check the error. There's no error on the play. And we'll go 3-1 on the put out as he pitches it over to the pitcher who's covering first. And brings up Scott Sanderson to the plate. Again, using the pitcher hitting card. A 34 is going to be a base hit. So Sanderson helping himself out with a little dink to right field. And that's going to be a 1-on with 1 out. Ron LaFleur to the plate. 44, this is usually a walk. Let's see what it is here. A 44 is actually going to be a fly out. That's down the left field line, hustling over to the line is going to be Terry Whitfield, who makes the grab. And that is out number 2. So 2 down in the inning with Rodney Scott coming to the plate. He's 0 for 4. He's got 3 Ks with the old hat trick. 45 to a -20 is going to be a long single as he's got a speed of 9, so he's going to hit that into the gap and turn that into a hustle double. So nice job by Rodney Scott as he is actually going to knock in that run from first base. So with 2 outs, everybody gets an extra base, and the pitcher comes around to score from first on that hustle double by Rodney Scott. 46 is Roland Office. Office is a +4. A 26 is going to be a ground out. That goes to first. The first baseman is Willie McCovey. He'll take that to the bag himself, and that'll be out number 3. So we head to the top of the 8th inning. Montreal puts up, or top of the 9th. Montreal gets 1 more in the bottom of the 8th. It's now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 3. And Scott Sanderson looking to close this one out. Let's go ahead and move him down 1 more column. So he will be in this one here. And that's going to be Darrell Evans, Milt May, and the pitcher spot. So we'll have to have a pinch hitter there. Let's see if Sanderson can close this one out. He is up by 3 and trying not to bring in any relievers here if we don't have to. Darrell Evans with an RBI single in his last at-bat. He's got a 34. 34 is going to be a fly ball. This goes out to left center field. No problem in center field for, who is that? Andre Dawson, as the Hawk ranges over and makes a good catch in the gap for out number 1. Milt May to the plate. He's 0 for 3. He did have a sacrifice fly back in the 4th inning. 46 to a -5 is going to be a strikeout. So Sanderson, yet another strikeout. We'll have to total those up at the end and see where he's at. Probably close to 10. And that brings up, actually we need a new hitter here. So let's bring in Jack Clark. Don't know if he's available either, but we're going to get him into the game because he's on my list. 30 -7 and 4. So pinch hitter here, Jack Clark. Big right-handed, powerful hitter. He's got a 25. He does lift this one into the air. 25 will be a fly out with an error check. So this is down the left field line. Coming hard to the line is going to be Ron LaFleur. He is a minus fielder. And there is no error as he sprints, catches it, rolls around on the ground, shows it to the ump, and the ump says, "Yes, that is it, young man." And 1, 2, 3 inning for Scott Sanderson in the what is this? This is the 9th. So San Francisco is going to take this one by a score of 6 to 3. Let me take a break and I'll total everything up and come and we'll close this one out. All right, finishing this one out, it is a 6-3 win for Montreal over San Francisco. This game again was a replay from a game in August 27, 1980. So this date in 1980, it is 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors for San Francisco, 6 runs on 14 hits, and 1 error for Montreal. The winning pitcher is going to be Scott Sanderson. He goes 9 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. Only 2 of those were earned, 2 walks and 11 strikeouts. For the loss, that's going to go to Ed Whitson, 6 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks and 6 Ks. Tom Griffin came in and gave up 5 hits and 2 runs to the Giants. In relief, big game from the Hawk, Andre Dawson. 3 doubles, 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs. And then Gary Carter also went 3 for 4. He had 3 RBIs, 2 singles and a double. So big games there from their big time players. You can see here they're the 2 best hitters and they had the best game. So that's going to close this one out. This is using sort of a prototype of the what I'm calling on-base pocket edition, and I'm working on that right now. Not at this moment. I'm recording a video at this moment, but I am working on that and getting the cards prepped and ready to become an actual product. Once I get them uploaded and proofed, then I will order a proof set, and then I'll check that out and make sure that everything is okay, all the print, you know, is big enough and that kind of thing. The cards are poker size cards, so there's not a lot of space on here, and I want to make sure that they look good with a little bit of cushion on them. And so yeah, I've already made a few changes to the font and the layout and some other things, so it should look good. And once I get those proofed, I will give you a first look here on the YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see them, what they would look like for real. And then we'll get them priced and ready to go. If I need to make any changes at that point, then I will definitely do that. But at this point, they're looking good. It feels like a really cool product. You can just kind of keep everything in a heads up like this and play pretty quickly without having to flip through player cards and do different things like that. And I find this a little bit easier to use than the game engine chart, for whatever that's worth. All right, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, click on subscribe. If you like this video, just click the thumbs up. That's an easy way to support what we're doing here. I gotta get going, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.